What is on the mind of one Matthew Archbold? Good morning, Matthew.
The prodigal son returned.
Yeah.
So
well, we knew you were at the gym.
Yeah.
I have been doing this show for years and years, and this has never happened where I had the wrong week off, and so I missed the show. I came out, so I go to daily mass quite often, but I never get to go to Thursday mass. So I was like, oh, this is wonderful. I get to go to Thursday mass. So I go, and then I come out of mass, and I see there's 6 calls from Toledo, Ohio. And you know that moment when you just know you messed up and there's nothing you can do about it?
Yeah, it happens to me 18 times a day.
Right. That's right. So I apologize for all of our listeners for the dearth of Matt Archbold in their lives.
Oh, it was quite impactful, yeah.
Well, we knew exactly what was on your mind that day, so.
Yeah. We just guessed and told each other what we thought was on the mind of one Matthew Archbold. It was quite entertaining.
Yeah.
Right. He did not want to go to the gym that day. You can always bet on that.
You have so many wonderful stories this week. I was looking through and thinking, oh, man, I want to talk about all of these. We need an hour.
That's right. And the world does provide a lot of fodder for discussion, doesn't it? But one of the main things I love is Mel Gibson announcing that the Resurrection, the sequel to The Passion of the Christ, is going to be 2 movies.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And they're going to be released 40 days apart. I mean, that's amazing. That's absolutely amazing. I can't wait. I think he's the best director we have in filmmaking right now.
Well, I'm also. Go ahead, Pat.
I love that he's using CGI to make.
Yeah, that's exactly what I was going to say.
Not to look 20 years older.
Right.
Like Jesus didn't age that much.
Yeah, in 3 days.
So,
it wasn't a rough 3 days. Boy, doesn't he look older. That's so fabulous. That's good.
I love that.
But to be fair, that's a pretty rough 3 days.
Yeah,
right.
Oh,
true.
Yeah. You can
True.
see him aging 20 years. Yeah. Maybe that's why Mary didn't recognize him in the garden. 20 years.
It's all making sense now.
Now it is.
I will say, though, Jim Caviezel looks shockingly good.
Yeah.
Like, if you look at Jim Caviezel 20 years ago, if you look at me 20 years ago and now, it doesn't look like the same person. I just had to deal with 5 kids. It doesn't even look like the same person. Like, I really look like I've been through it,
Yeah, I always say I'm twice the man I used to be.
Yeah.
Yeah, there you go. That's a girth joke, just so people understand. Yeah.
One of the other ones that I love, Matthew, is the good news isn't cutting it anymore. We need hot priests. I laughed and laughed as I read that.
Isn't that so bizarre? Like,
yeah, it is.
When you hear people, of faith and people who kind of should know better, discussing ways and gimmicks, online gimmicks, social media hot takes to try to attract people in. It's like, guys, we have it's literally called the good news.
Right.
Yeah.
It doesn't get better than that. We don't have to package that in a certain way. God so loved the world that he sent his son. That's really, really good news. Immortal life with God. These are all really good things. We don't need to package it in social media, hot priest, and I'm still wondering when the hot bloggers is going to happen, because I'm waiting. Like, I'm here.
You're going to get the invite. Yeah, you're waiting for that invite.
You got your sunglasses ready. Yeah.
And can you say
I might need a little Vaseline on the lens.
Can you say something about that perfect time for John Henry Newman to be declared doctor of the church? Why do you think that?
Oh, I am actually very, very excited about this, truly, because it is the perfect time. Because I truly believe, and we've discussed this, the church is in one of these fulcrum moments where it can go one way or another. So many people are searching for something. They're searching for something deeper than than what the materialists and atheists and secularists are trying to give them. And the church has a real moment right now. If you look at Europe, just over in England right now, there's more Catholics attending Mass than there are Anglicans.
Yeah.
And among the youth, Catholics for the first time outnumber Anglicans. And so we're talking about in John Henry Newman, someone who was, this isn't just a normal Anglican to Catholic conversion. He was like the Father Mike Schmitz of Anglicanism.
Right.
Could you imagine if, Father Mike or Bishop Barron all of a sudden said, you know what, I'm going to become an Anglican?
Right.
Everyone would be like, wait, what are you talking about? Like, what? Why would you do something like that?
Yeah.
I mean, it was a really big deal. So for him to do it, and the way he went through his process so logically and so clearly, that's the thing. When you read him, I always say, when I try to read something from Pope Benedict, I get a page and a half in, and then I got to take 3 Excedrin and lay down. Because it's just so much. It's like I'm downloading, 20 gigs into a 4 gig brain, and it's just too much. But Cardinal John Henry Newman, the way he explains it, and it goes to his motto. It's heart to heart, and he's speaking from the heart, and it's such an easy read. One of the things he was amazingly influential. When I was in college, I was looking around and checking out other religions, and my pride would have loved nothing more than to go to something odd and eccentric like Zoroastrianism. It would never fed my pride so much, And but the truth is Newman wrote, to be deep in history is to cease to be a Protestant. And that was literally the one thing I had on my wall after I started reading the Fathers of the Church and the Doctors of the Church. I literally had that one quote on the wall. I didn't have anything else on the wall. I probably looked like a very, very odd person. But
imagine that.
It's hard to believe, yeah.
Yeah. I don't know how we get to that. Yeah.
Hey, putting those two stories together, Newman and the good news isn't cutting it anymore. We need hot priests. It is so easy to track what is working in the church, right? Where are our vocations coming from? They're coming from parishes where you have a strong connection to tradition, and you are faithful, and you have a priest who loves his priesthood. That's the clue. That's how it works.
Yeah.
It's not complicated.
That goes in with the story. The church is countercultural, and the solution to its problems are countercultural. I think they're counterintuitive. I think that's really a great insight.
I have many great insights. You should not be surprised by this, Pat. The surprise in your voice is a little offensive here. I missed 1 week.
And they're all listed there at creativeminorityReport.com.
Thank
People
you,
should
Matthew.
definitely check that out.
God bless.
Looking like a lot of fun.
Oh, my
Always
goodness.
great to know what's on your mind.
Yes.
But if you're not visiting this website, why in the world not? CreativeMinorityReport.com. Matthew Archbold, great insights and always a bit of humor in there as well, but leading you in the right direction.
Yep. Wonderful.